Всем привет, здорово, кто вообще есть, кто живой. Продолжаем дальше мучить Chicken Police. Осталось совсем немного, поэтому будем дальше возвращаться к истокам. Как раз перед Новым годом закончим уже. Пока дождусь. Подписчиков сами есть. Изучаем пока концепт арты. Сейчас наберется народ, чтобы я мог рассказать, что произошло, зачем и почему. Чтобы мы не торопились. Даже очень хорошо выглядит. Когда я рыбку съел и пиво попил. Хорошего дня. А это модели, которые оригинальная Наташа Кушенко. Откуда ее срисовали? Игра еще должна была разрабатываться, появиться, точнее, в 2011 году. Должна была быть пиксельной, но они решили переменить стиль, и в итоге мы получили это. Ну как Sony преобразился. На этом концепте видно, как Sony берет ствол, но в самой игре, если я не ошибаюсь, пока мы такого момента не увидели. Разрабы где-то развлекались. Также в игре имеются именно журналы и книги по куриной полиции, надо искать. Я помню все. Также ссылки на старые детективы. Буба на обложке. Тут никто не известен. Тут тоже. Но прям смотрится атмосферно и классно. Я бы прочитал пару штук. Думаю, выглядело бы забавно. По крайней мере, иллюстрации об этом говорят. Но, Калипсо, привет. Как, кстати, слышно, видно? Из-за которого один коп подстрелил другого. Кровавый Новый год. А в смысле фигово? Чё не так? Чё случилось? Чё не так? Давай говори, может, поднастрою. Просто микрофон обновил, фильтры особо не это. Особо не мучу, поэтому. А, да. Ну, это, видимо, из-за этого. Скажи мне. Я шумодав просто послабее ставил. Сейчас поднастрою. чуть-чуть. Но сейчас хорошо, да, все нормально. Не, в этот раз без вебки. Это сильно атмосферная игра, чтобы с вебкой играть. Я тут только своим фейсом все испорчу. А то у меня лицо как у бегемота, оно тут не подойдет. Игру потише надо, сейчас сделаем. Сейчас организуем. Сейчас еще, если Витюню дождемся, то расскажу весь замес сюжета. По крайней мере. Потому что тут уже предфинальное состояние. Спойлеров много. Осталось совсем чуть-чуть. Правда, секретную концовку, наверное... Да, давай, шикарно вообще будет. Правда, секретную концовку мы вряд ли тут добудем, но все равно. Так как в этой игре две концовки, во второй надо просто везде лазить, где только можно. В этом небольшая проблема есть. Потому что ты за одно прохождение, если ты не знаешь, куда тыкать и что делать, ты можешь это все пропустить. А тут иногда очень интересные и важные диалоги. Ты ж знаешь вообще основной замес? Или тебе лучше объяснить, что тут к чему? Я тут вернулся. Ой, тогда соболезную, потому что мы уже под самый конец игры тут. Надо было первые 2 стрима смотреть, чтобы понять, что к чему. Ну, если, грубо говоря, можем прогнать тебя по катсценам, что вообще происходит. И тогда, может, поймешь хоть что-то. Очень атмосферная, очень интересная такая группа.
I ran out to get a pack of cigarettes, but I left my wallet at home. Yeah, that's me. I'm getting old. My name is Sonny Featherland, an investigator for 20 years, and once the star of the predatory division of the Clawville Police Department, one half of the legendary Chicken Police. But buying a pack of smokes is more than I can handle right now. Maybe I should just lay low. Yeah, I'll do that. The most colorful place in the wilderness. For all the gods, what bullshit. The last clucking color left this city years ago. And slowly I'll turn gray too. Still, what do I expect? We're living in a vast experiment and don't even notice that everything got clucked up a long time ago. We believe in this wonderland of peaceful coexistence. Wolves and sheep, chickens and hounds. Yeah, sure, why not? It's just ridiculous. The dog eats the chicken. It's in our nature. I'm not propping up the illusion anymore. 121 days, and it's over. Retirement. What could possibly go wrong?
Ну, в общем, мы... Как получается? Я жене передал привет. В общем, смотри, в чем суть. Мы играем за детектива Сони Феверленда. Точнее, как полицейского, который работает по отделу с хищничеством. Раньше этот город, когда основали, его основали животные, так как люди давно покинули его. Вот. Животные основали город, и, естественно, им нужен был порядок. Основалась вот эта полиция, целый отдел. И вот они, два копа, короче, петушка, держат отдел за похищничество. Это вот краткая суть. Приезжает Сони домой и видит эту антилопу, которая по заказу как раз к своей как наставнице, работодателя пошла к Соне, чтобы он оказал им услугу.
It was New Year's Eve, and I was driving, half drunk, risking my whole life's work. But still, it didn't feel any different. Every day was the same. And the 121 days I had left till my retirement seemed like an eternity. When I look out the window of the hotel room I call home, I see the same thing every day. A woman in a red nightgown dances slowly in circles to smooth music. The 9 o'clock show, with a glass of cheap bourbon and the red gown with the silent music. In the meantime, the proud city of Clawville is slowly eating itself alive. And we're still here, with nothing left to lose but our sanity, while others, the smart ones, had already gone. Molly. Does her name really upset me this much? All those years of solitude, and I still jump without question every time I hear it. And then there's Marty, my ex-partner, who hates me. But I know I have to speak with him, no matter what. Why do I feel like the past is watching me on this goddamn night?
Просто тут шикарная озвучка, я не хочу ее портить, скажем так. Но краткая суть получается. К нему же пришла антилопа и попросила от лица Наташи Кошенко, она чуть позже ее покажет, вот, чтобы он помог ей разобраться, потому что кто-то ее преследует. И вот одна из зацепок, почему Sony за это взялся, это была его бывшая жена, которая исчезла в неизвестном направлении, и зовут ее Молли. Тоже одна из пернатых. Вот. Во второй катсцене видно, что он едет до напарника, чтобы с ним договориться. А Наташа, получается, держит клуб «Царь». «Царь-клуб». Так что они должны сейчас к ней поехать.
Midnight by garish modern blocks. A place that makes the head hurt. The Tsar's huge neon sign was visible for miles. A blazing red sign advertised tonight's main attraction, the amazing Natasha. Cops were never welcomed at places like this. I hoped we were too late for the show. We had to be inconspicuous, but it was never easy with this bird mountain by my side.
Игра, сразу говорю, в стиле point-and-click квеста с элементами шутера. Тут иногда стрелять приходится. Сейчас покажу, что за Наташа, из-за чего весь сыр-бор.
so funny. You can kill me, honey. I'm already dead inside. My body is an empty bottle. Come on, baby, just give us the
Sonny. Sonny.
say. Chloe's still lying in my bed. And it's dead.
В общем, это Наташа, опасная роковая красотка, которая потом с ним разговаривала наедине. В итоге она сказала, что там помимо... Как она основала царь-клуб, очень довольно забавно. До того этот клуб назывался «Миллионерами», и заведовал им один миллионер. Крупный шишка, авторитет, главный бандит города Ибн Уэслер. Вот. И до царя клуба был клуб «Миллионы». И вот она как-то попала к нему в «Миллионы». И так ему понравилось. Да, ну петух скорее был ошарашен. Вот, так ему понравилось, что он ей, короче, доверил целый клуб, и она его переименовала в царь. Как она потом объясняет, там тут еще в игре есть механика допросов и расследований. То есть это действительно как детектив такой нуарный. Вот, как оказывается из допросов, это она дает как часть, дань традициям, скажем так, из своего народа. Хотя никто прошлого Наташи так и не знает.
Well, if there's one thing I'd learned during 20 years of detective work, it's that if someone wants to meet you at a remote location at night,
Она после
you
позвала
should
в
bring an
свой
army for
коттедж.
backup. One time, me and Marty were stupid enough to underestimate a situation like that, and we never really recovered. And yet, here we were again, about to step alone into something hauntingly familiar. Only one tactic remained, as the old dogs say. Balls to the wall.
А в итоге, что выходит? Наташа сказала, что ее мало того, что сталкерили, так еще и, короче, написали на записку, так ей передали словесно, и на стене одно слово — шлюха. Вот, из-за этого весь сыр-бор. Кто-то очень сильно угрожает. В итоге она позвала Сони вместе с Мартином к себе в коттедж, чтобы помочь им в расследовании. Они приезжают туда и видят ужас.
We had no choice but to continue the investigation where it stopped.
Подожди, сейчас, секунду. И они видят ужас. Дохлую антилопу, которая тебе приходила в начале игры. Убили ее, и на ее теле написали слово «шлюха». В итоге ты исследуешь и понимаешь, что все не так уж и просто.
We had no choice but to continue the investigation where it started. In that shady little apartment I called home. The only lead was the list Fillmore gave us, with all those imposing names on it. But what could it mean? And why did Natasha keep it secret from us? But most importantly, what did all this have to do with Deborah's death? The trail started to get cold, and so did the air outside. There was something unsettling in the black clouds, hiding all the stars. I prayed that they didn't bring an early snowfall. The night was already painful enough.
В итоге ты исследуешь, понимаешь, что там тебе может помочь один персонаж, довольно важный, к которому ты постоянно обращаешься, он тебя выручает. И он тебя наводит на один бордель.
To Marty's delight, we were heading toward the most exclusive brothel in Clawville. The separatists and those opposing the monarchy hated the place, just like they hated everything that supported interracial relations and peaceful coexistence of all species. So the place wasn't just a brothel, it was a symbol. But just like a brothel is not a worthy symbol, Clawville failed to turn out the way it was intended.
В общем, они прибывают в бордель и находят там миссис Зайвас, в бывшем шпион и помощник царя, работала именно на правительство. Она содержала, в общем, девочек. Они ее допрашивают, но Зайвас не такая простая, как кажется. И в итоге оказывается, что его бывшая жена тоже работала в борделе, как и Наташа. Их там чуть ли не убивают.
I think I was dreaming. But it wasn't the kind of dream you'd want to remember. Dark and painful. Then the suffocating smoke woke me. It wasn't fried eggs, that's for sure. Where was I? What happened?
Аж я слышу.
That treacherous crocodile. Then I saw Marty, who looked as horrible as I felt. Well, I've always wanted a romantic sea voyage.
Да, тебе это так не слышно. В общем, надо будет там выбираться из горящего кораблика. И, в принципе, потом первая погоня.
Clucking furry hell!
So they know we're still alive?
And they'd like to do something about it.
Первая перестрелка и... Первый раз за вечер вырубаться.
I slept like I used to sleep years ago. Like a miner or a soldier. Empty. Dead tired. Then I saw Tessa, my darling little daughter. But no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't recall her face. I reached out to her, but she just kept getting further and further away.
Сейчас закончится
Then I
касса.
saw Molly. But she wasn't real. Just the ghost of a memory. I'm here, I cried. But all I heard was laughter. Not hers. Who's there? Suddenly, she appeared. Natasha. Just stood there laughing. But her eyes were cold. Then she said something. Painted red. Painted red. Painted red. That was just a dream, Sonny. Nothing more. I looked at Marty and I saw the same thing in his eyes as he probably saw in mine. It's time to hit the brakes, to turn back, go home and forget about all of this. Of course, I stepped on the gas instead.
Ну, в общем, уже из-за этого дела у него развились кошмары. Он поскорее хочет закончить. Его уже чуть пару раз не убили и не сожгли вместе с напарником. И здесь это были, получается, не хрюшки, это был этот, получается, рысь и баран. Это телохранители Ибна Веслера, которые за тобой охотятся. Они хотели тебя убить. Там все очень запутано. И сейчас раскрылось еще одно, получается, обстоятельство, из-за которого они едут далеко за город. В психушке, оказывается, находился брат-близнец Ибна Веслера, Альберт. И с этого момента, получается, я как раз и на этом и закончил. Мы в психушке. Все шикарно. И сидит доктор
Snake. I can't.
Квецал.
That's quite shocking information.
I think you understand why we kept it a secret. If it wasn't for Mr. Wessler's demand, we'd never let any of our patients walk freely outside our institution.
Да, противный такой.
Then the accident happened.
Accident? Ha! We didn't believe it, not for a second. After Albert came back to us, horribly mutilated, he was different.
Different how?
If someone got one of his eyes poked out and his tongue torn out, he'd be different, but not like this. Albert was a different person.
Получается, Альберт страдает множеством личностей. Из-за этого сидит в психушке. Ему периодически помогает его брат. Да, гадостливый. У него голос слышала какой?
We believe you, Doctor. So, can we take a look at Albert's cell?
I'd rather call it his room. Mr. Wessler lived in exceptional circumstances.
Thanks to the Wessler name, I guess.
Сейчас, секунду.
Yes. Well, we try to make all of our patients stay as comfortable as possible, but Albert certainly enjoyed special favorites.
I hope you don't mind if we take a look around in there.
That's not going to bother anyone.
Well, that's surprising.
Все, я вернулся. Ну, такой мерзкий. Поэтому я тут и не озвучиваю персонажей, чтобы не испортить атмосферу. Она тут мощная.
I've never seen a cell like this before, that's for sure. I wouldn't mind living here myself.
It seems that being a Wessler gets you privileges.
And a healthy dose of danger.
Mostly that, yeah. Let's take a good look around. I'm sure we'll find some answers here. I can almost smell them.
Well, I smell paint, ink, plaster, some kind of oil, aging paper.
Ну, спасибо за донат.
Great
Кто бы там не был,
expectations.
добрый человек. Сейчас глянем. Сейчас глянем. Я еще не настроил себе голос, но донаты хорошо работают. Сейчас зайду, почитаю. Прошу прощения. В общем, Альберт Веслер занимается художествами. Сейчас глянем. Ого. Ух ты. Спасибо большое. Спасибо большое. Тебя с наступающим, Дашка.
What the dickens?
Unmistakable. Yeah.
This place is bad for you, pal. But if you've already jump-started your beak holes, then sniff out the solution.
Плюс еще этой игры, то что тут все маты переделаны на кваканье, квоханье и прочее. Вот.
I'm on it,
Поэтому,
boss bird.
ну хоть ни реквестов, ничего не требуешь, уже радует.
Identical twins. And looking at it, they may have easily loved the same woman. 2 men and 1 woman. Nothing good ever comes of that.
Well, I wouldn't say that exactly.
Of all the wild ones, Marty, please, stitch up your beak, okay?
Just use your imagination, old bird.
Они оба любили, получается, Наташу.
Scribbles, newspaper articles, study papers, poems, perfect chaos.
Just like the troubled mind of a troubled fella.
Yeah, but there's still a kind of order in it. It's just too intricate for you to comprehend.
If you say so, boss.
Вот оно что. Так я смотрю, Ава уже сам по себе задушен. Куда там? Ну, спасибо.
Look at that, a letter.
Так, надо изучить инвентарь. Лучше появилось письмо.
Identical twins. And looking at it, they may have easily loved the same
Две
woman.
мышки влюбились в кошку.
Albert was madly in love with Natasha and would have done anything for her. I'm afraid he did exactly that. Albert was... What do you make of this?
Apart from the fact the guy was totally insane? I don't know. What should I?
That maybe we've been chasing the wrong person all this time, Marty.
What do you mean?
Everything will be revealed soon.
Why do you have to be so melodramatic all of a sudden?
If I'm right, this'll flip the whole case upside down.
What's that, Sonny? A blurb from some horrible novel?
I just have to think things through before I come to any hasty conclusions, Marty.
Ну, он, походу, и в МК уже нубасить начал, поэтому тут уже КС-кой одной он не выкрутится.
You're killing me. So, what now? Where to?
Back to Clawville, where we can finally put all the pieces together.
You're driving me crazy. But all right, let's go home.
What can you tell us about the woman in the photo we saw in Albert's room?
Do you mean Miss Natasha Katsenko? Well, yes. I don't know much about her, but everyone heard her name and her voice around here.
Did she ever visit this place?
М?
Never. But if you ask me, Natasha probably didn't even know Albert was a resident of our institution. Constantly.
Так.
It was obvious he had an affection.
What can you tell us about the... Did she ever...
Never.
And Albert, did he mention her often?
Constantly. It was obvious he had an affection for Miss Katsenko, but I wouldn't have thought for a moment he could escape, because...
I wouldn't jump ahead, Doctor. Something else could be behind Albert's disappearance.
Настолько влюбился. Она, кстати, есть и на свитче, эта игра. Скоро выйдет вторая часть, из-за этого я и прохожу первую.
Do you think so? All the signs clearly indicate this.
Maybe they do, Doctor, but in my line of work, logic's not always the best advisor.
А, да, тебе назад промотать?
In 99% of cases.
Exactly. But this one typically belongs to the remaining 1%.
If you say so.
Я просто там пропустил один диалог, из-за этого заново начал.
So, detectives, have you found what you were looking for?
Ну, прости. Буду в следующий раз помедленней.
I'm afraid we have, Doctor. And more.
I wouldn't dare to say I'm happy to hear it, but I'm glad to be of service to you.
Well, thanks, Doc.
I hope I don't offend you by saying I hope we're not going to meet anytime soon.
Какой добрый.
Not on account of either of our jobs, am I right?
Exactly.
Ладно, уходим от него.
Farewell, Miranda, dear. Lovely to meet you.
So, you'll remember my name?
Marty McChicken never forgets, ma'am.
Ну да, почти. А помощника Сони всегда забывают, как зовут.
Furry
Это их
gods.
фанатка.
Let's go. Goodbye, miss. It was a pleasure.
Goodbye, gentlemen, and happy investigating.
I'm sure it'll be fun.
If there's anything I can help you with, please just ask.
Thank you, Miranda. You've already helped enough.
Можно еще с ней поговорить? В принципе. А ну-ка, что... Не, ничего нету.
Please, I'm at your service.
Thank you, miss.
А, ничего интересного. Ну, в принципе... Вот, кстати, краткое дело. Что тут вообще происходит? Могу как-нибудь тоже тут перечитать, перепоказать. Так. А у нас остается только отель. Ну, поехали.
Oh, I don't believe this. Those two again?
Take him out. My car won't last much longer.
Don't worry, Sonny. I was born to do this.
А вот и шутерная механика. Пережидаем.
Are you blind or what? Where did you learn to shoot?
Вроде справились.
Whew. Well, that was
Вот
close.
детектив, да, видел. Она чуть поинтереснее. Она в стиле волка среди нас. тоже как-нибудь попробую. Black Set называется. Есть по ней комиксы, настолку так и не сделали, и игра, да, слышал.
A little too close for my taste, and it only strengthens my belief. Wessler is desperate. He knows if we survive, he's done for.
Well, come on, what did you work out? Will you tell me already?
Sure. Let's put the picture together, piece by piece. Let's start from the beginning. So, we got a case.
Сейчас будем расследовать. Наташа. Так, Наташа и фрагмент.
Natasha tried to show us the painting. And that painting would have shown us the way. Ibn and Albert Wessler. Albert painted Natasha, so he met her on more than one occasion.
Так. Это.
Which made Albert fall in love with Natasha. And on a fateful night, he killed his brother so he could take his place in secret and win Natasha's heart.
So what happens now?
The inevitable, Marty. We're going to the Wessler mansion to confront Ibn with the facts.
You mean Albert, right?
Yeah, exactly. And of course, Natasha.
Do you think she knew about?
Something stinks, Marty. The whole case seems too intricate.
Too many coincidences, right?
Well, well, after 10 years, you did learn something, didn't you?
9.
You're right.
Huh.
What?
You just laughed, Sonny.
What? No, I snorted.
No, you laughed.
Но они
just
считают
leave it,
себя
Marty.
лучшими друзьями и напарниками. У Марти есть жена, насчет детей не помню.
I'll be telling this to my grandchicks.
All right, pal, that's enough.
И он моложе, получается, Сони. Сони такой старый и промозглый. Прям пораженный, да. А Марти молодой и горячий. Но они вдвоем делают хороший дуэт из-за химии.
Okay. So, Albert fell madly in love with Natasha and decided to have her for himself.
And his best chance was to trade places with Ibn Wessler.
So that's why the torn out tongue.
Yeah, Ibn couldn't squeal even if he wanted to.
What a diabolical plan.
More like insane.
But why the messages then? Why the threats? Albert got what he wanted. He could have got away with it.
I'm not a psychologist, Marty, but remember what the doctor told us. Albert has a seriously injured mind and a split personality. I think his two identities were at war with each other.
So the messages were written by one of his personalities, consumed by jealousy?
Something like that, Marty, but we can only learn the whole truth from him.
You're right. So, are we going or what?
Но все равно, скажи мне. Хогвартс не должен быть в загрузках.
We're going, Marty,
Хотя ограничения
to finally
железа с
finish
другой
what
стороны.
we started.
Well, if there's anything you'd like to do before, do it now, boss. You won't have a chance later.
You're right, Marty. It's time to wrap everything up. Do you remember that case with the goat?
Which one?
when that demented wolf devoured the kids of a young goat mother, and in revenge, she cut open his stomach and filled it
Какая
with rocks.
романтика.
Do I remember? I'll never forget it. Hell, that was a slaughterhouse. As far as I know, she even took the remains of the kids with her. But how did that come to mind?
This was that shop. The goat mother was running it. They found the dead wolf.
This? This one exactly? Good gods.
Но все равно, как бы там уже в основном портируют-то с ПК с других консолей на Switch.
Yeah, before it was closed down, when there was still some life here. Not even that now. Just the void.
Yeah. Spooky place, that's for sure.
Still, I love to live here.
Sonny, you're creepy. I see we're ready.
You'll need a shotgun for this kind of deal, Marty. Maybe even that won't be enough.
Nothing to fear while Bertha's here. Even less because you're here too with Mr. Sinclair, of course.
Ну, он свои пушки по именам называет. Это большая Берта. Уже вторая. Первую он утопил в болоте. И первую он подстрелил Сони. А это вторая.
Should I cry?
That would be nice for a change. If we survive this, can we crack this open?
I'd rather keep it for a really special occasion.
You're saying I'm not special enough?
I was joking. If we survive this, we'll drink it to the last drop.
Now you're talking. It's a little outdated, but I understand why you're so attached to it.
It can pierce the skin of a rhino, Marty, and the rust brings back memories. I'm a man of bad habits.
You know, sometimes I feel like I'm one of your bad habits.
Rest assured, Marty, you are.
You think you'll need your fake badge?
I never needed a badge, Marty.
What a punchline.
It's more like a kind of good luck charm. It reminds me of who I should be.
And? Does it work?
У него настоящий значок отжал шеф полиции и отправил в отпуск как раз. Перед пенсией. За то, что он там косячил.
No, Marty, not really.
Do you think that'll be enough?
Enough evidence. Not in the slightest. That's why we go unannounced.
And with big guns.
Exactly.
I like this new Sonny.
There is no new Sonny. Just the old ones had enough.
If our theory's correct, this photo will hurt more than a bullet.
That's the plan.
Так, тут все изучили.
I never thought I'd ever look at this place and think of it as home.
Life's weird, isn't it? I didn't think that after what I did to you, we'd work together again.
You mean when you shot me?
You know I had my reasons, Sonny.
Yeah. Have I ever, apologized?
I don't think so.
Then let's leave it that way.
Hey, I apologize for shooting you, Boss Bird.
That's okay, Marty. It happens even to the best of
Да,
friends.
да, да. Это кролик,
I'll
по-моему.
remember what you've just
Сейчас
said,
с ним
and
тоже
I'll
поговорим.
never forget it.
У него фишка такая, что он заикается во время
Yeah.
разговора.
Well, don't try to take
Это
advantage
как раз...
Who, me?
Сейчас.
What do you think of me?
Это как раз владелец отеля Атлас, в котором ты живешь, и твой как твой верный друг.
of it. It hurts even to think about it. But with
Look, Sonny, I think if we go now, there's no turning back. Not today, at least. So, are you ready?
I'm still thinking about it, Marty.
I just realized. Ibn at the Tsar Club.
Yes, Marty. Albert's been Ibn for a long time now. Do you remember what Natasha said about him?
That he's been acting strange recently?
Exactly. Like he's not himself anymore.
It was almost hitting us in the face, huh?
Don't blame yourself, Marty. We couldn't have figured that out just by ourselves. The whole story's too twisted for that.
Well, it's how we make our living, Sonny. And I'm sure we'll have plenty more twisted cases to come.
Who knows, Marty? It's not up to us. It's mostly not up to us, in fact.
Yeah, right. Do you think the asylum was in on it? I mean, covering up Albert's disappearance?
You know that reptiles give me the creeps. One of them even set fire to that ship. But oddly enough, the doctor seemed honest to me.
He seemed like a patient to me. Seriously, I thought everyone was crazy in that place.
Yeah, whoever fights monsters should see to it that in the process, he doesn't become a monster.
Are you still talking about the doctor?
Good question.
Так, про
So,
письмо.
what's the plan? We shove the letter in our theory in his face and see what happens?
Сейчас, секунду.
Something like that, Marty. I think our presence will be enough for the truth to come out.
I really hope you're right, Boss Bird.
We have no other choice. So I hope so too.
Do you think it's a love triangle? I mean, could Natasha love Albert as well?
Good question, Marty. But I don't think so. When I first spoke to Natasha, she told me she loved Ibn in her own way.
In her own way, huh? And could she love two rats in her own way?
Maybe. Maybe she even suspected the truth, but didn't dare admit it, even to herself.
So, what do you think now that it's clearer?
I don't know, Marty, but I believe Natasha didn't mean to be bad.
I'm not as sure of that as you are, boss. But we'll find that out pretty soon, I guess.
Мне кажется, Наташа просто боялась выдавать это все. Лучше ее могли сразу же кокнуть.
I think Natasha was very much aware that wherever she goes, disaster follows her. But it's not her fault, and she can't do anything about it. There are people like that.
Really? You don't say. Someone remarkably similar came to mind right now.
You mean me, right?
Who can even read minds?
Maybe you're right, Marty. Maybe you're right.
Ладно, поговорим с кроликом.
Lewis became kind of part of the team in the end, didn't he?
You mean Leopold?
Наташка, да.
God damn it. Did I mess that up again?
No, I'm just joking. You said it right this time.
Он раза 4 неправильно назвал его имя то Ламар, то Левис. На самом деле он Льюис.
Huh.
Но подкову хорошо.
Hey, Lewis. You weren't awake all night because of us, were you?
I've never been this excited, Sonny. Seriously, it is a great honor to be part of the team. What is it?
Удивились.
You, Lewis, you don't stutter anymore.
What?
Just now, you didn't stutter. Not even a little.
Oh, I must be exhausted. It happens sometimes.
And it's back.
So, thanks again, Lewis. You always get us out of trouble.
Come on, boys. Don't even mention it. It is me who is grateful to be a part of an adventure of the Chicken Police.
Maybe the last one, too.
Hey, Sonny. Don't spoil his mood. He's so cute.
Ну, возможно.
Pardon?
Nothing. Nothing. Did you forget anything?
No, I just thought I'd take a look. Might be the last time I see it.
You becoming sentimental?
Who knows? Maybe I am.
Oh, that's cute.
Should I say it?
I know, Sonny. I can still get out.
But you won't.
On the beak.
Thanks, pal.
Forget about it. I'd be bored to death otherwise.
Это вот комната Сони, в которой он жил долгое время. Ну тут, в принципе, ничего интересного, я уже все забрал. Можем отправиться в апартаменты, скок-дог, газетный дом Буба. Ух ты, как много всего. Ну давай, скок-дог.
You know, Sonny, few places are as
Место,
cozy as
которое
the hot
держит
dog at dawn.
один енот.
You have a point.
The silence, the fog, the sunshine slowly
Где они
devouring the
любят кофе
sleeping
попить.
city.
Правда, без пончиков.
The smell.
Yeah, the Cobbler District has its own distinctive aroma, that's for sure. But wait, do you smell that?
Ah, it seems Zip is ready with the first batch of coffee.
That's waiting only for us, my friend. It seems so peaceful now, huh? Like a sleeping big cat. Peaceful now, but when it wakes, you're done.
You mean Laura, don't you?
Yeah, I admit I miss her, but I'm also a little afraid to go home to her.
I'm not surprised, since she hasn't heard from you in days. She's gonna pluck you, Marty.
Yeah. Hello, big...
Hail to thee, O father of all syrups.
Ah, old Zip's finally...
I think we may have got to him.
We get to everybody, Boss Bird. Everybody.
Ну, пойдем, зайдем.
Well, he's out. He's brave indeed. Or an idiot.
They're often the same, Marty, and you should know.
А тут вся музыка из игры. Которая есть.
I'm gonna try the food.
Oh, you have to die of something, right?
No, it can't be that bad. Though, I'm sure old Zip's not making it out of...
You have such a delicate way of putting things. You can be glad if he's not serving you one of your relatives.
You're right about that.
Кстати, вышла еще одна игра, где ты как раз вот этот зип и готовишь кофейню.
Let's say hi to...
You mean a last goodbye, right?
Hello, Zip. I see they kicked you out.
You know, Sonny. They told me I could stay in there for 48 hours if I wanted.
Well, maybe you should have done that.
Shit, I had enough. Fuck it. You understand? When you interrogated me, you opened my eyes. I don't give a shit about him, about Wrestler and his henchmen. Let them come if they want. It's not gonna be easy for them. You can be sure of that.
That's the Zip we know and love.
Thanks, Marty. So, why you here?
One last coffee before the end.
Are you going to get him?
Ну, скинь название, посмотрим.
We don't have a choice, Zip. We're grabbing the rat by the tail. No screwing around. No playing it nice.
Ah, I see Ibben's really got to you.
Just Sonny. I'm like this all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, Zip.
And?
Nothing. Why don't you hire a cook, Zip? Or at least a dishwasher? I know just the guy. Strapping young lad, got quite a big mouth, but he's not that bad, though he does smell
Давай,
like
буду
chicken.
ждать.
Don't you mean that Marty guy? I heard horrible things about him.
They say he names all his guns.
Well, he's a flop with chicks.
Hits first, asks later.
Yeah, a real chicken shit.
Hey, I'm right here.
Нормально так
We know,
подкалывал.
Marty. That's why it's fun.
Blow me, both of you.
So, that Marty guy. Yeah, I'd rather pass on him. When I made him do the dishes last time, he broke more than he cleaned.
Haha, very funny.
Стороны зип. Так, ладно. Пора нам. Еще в дом Бубу зайдем. Это, получается, медик, который лечит и копов, и гангстеров. у него уже давно нет лицензии, раньше был патологоанатомом. Но из-за того, что он воровал кучу спирта и других транквилизаторов, его уволили. А это его медсестра и помощник.
Sometimes I think about what a hot and
Урсула.
no hard feelings.
What can I say, boys? I have a big, soft heart.
You sure do, Ursula.
Would you like a nice hot cup of tea?
No thanks, we just came to say goodbye.
Why? You going somewhere? Traveling?
No, we're just visiting a nice place in the city.
Sonny's gonna die.
Shut up, Marty.
So it's a case. Well, be careful, boys. And I'm sorry I snapped at you the last time.
Какая объемная Урсула.
You don't need to say that, Ursula. We deserved it.
You're a good boy, Sonny. And Marty's a downright saint.
Oh, come on, Ursula, stop that.
Повысилось давление. Ну, кайф. Поздравляю. Зачем так над собой издеваться? Поговорим с Филином. Бубо. А Бубо.
Hey, Bubo.
Hello, old man.
Самый полезный диалог.
Is he asleep?
But his eyes are open.
Bubo!
Hey, what is it? I wasn't sleeping.
Сука.
You were something.
What the hell are you doing here, chickens?
Ну там тоже, да, мощная Урсула, но тут она своя такая афроамериканская.
Sonny wanted to say hi before he suffers an unpleasant death of lead poisoning later tonight.
Would you shut the clock up, Marty? You're not funny.
I am a little bit.
You're going to Wessler's, huh?
Bingo. We're gonna put an end to this madness.
Ooh. Or you're stirring up an even bigger madness, am I right?
Well, that's always a possibility.
Get yourself killed for all I care, but don't come here covered in blood, because I'm not gonna open the door for you, I swear.
Oh, thanks for the support, old fart.
Don't mention it, you old gizzard.
How are your secret experiments coming on, Doc?
That's why they call them secret.
I see.
Так. И остался газетный киоск и коттедж.
Well, if we have anything else to ask the old beaver, this is the last chance.
Старина Бобер, который тут продает газеты, он самый древний, самый мудрый житель города.
Hey, don't steal my style.
Just learning from the best.
Let me give you some advice. Don't. Since when do you drive a wonder machine like that, old beaver?
Какой красавец.
No, that's not mine. My son left it to me for safekeeping while he's working abroad.
The cubs still visit home often, then.
They're good kids. They come to visit me several times a year, and if they're not here, I still have you boys. Am I right?
You're fortunate indeed, Uncle Mullen.
Sure I am.
It's still not too late for us, you know?
Wouldn't it be great?
You could finally take me to Averia like you promised.
I never promised that, but yeah.
So, we're gonna get ourselves...
Hell yeah. Hey, old man. Sun's not even up yet, and you're already open?
You know what's my secret, sonny boy?
What?
I never close.
That clever.
How can I help you, lads? I see you.
Well, Sonny's going to die. I'm just wrapping up a delicate case.
So, you'll be off to the west.
И все уже знают, куда они едут.
You're sharp, old beaver.
Well, me dear lads, I'm glad I got to know you.
Hey, don't you start too.
That I'm just kidding.
Does the name Albert mean anything to you?
I know multiple Alberts, sonny. Which one do you mean?
Albert Wessler.
I see you're in a funny mood, sonny boy.
I'm not joking, Mullen, but I'm surprised there's something I know and you don't.
And who is this Albert, anyway? Ibn Wessler's hidden son, maybe?
Even better, my friend.
his secret twin brother.
You've walked into trouble there.
Какая ж тут шикарная озвучка.
I was hoping you could tell me something useful about him.
I can, sonny boy. Avoid him. Avoid the whole Wessler family. Those who happen upon secrets that deep sink without a trace.
Well, I used to be a professional swimmer. Didn't you know?
No, I didn't.
I lied.
Шикарно.
That explains everything.
Seriously, what do you know about it?
The place is self-sufficient in theory, but in reality, the Crown maintains it. No one knows the exact reason why, but according to gossip, they used to keep someone in there. Someone who was either part of the royal family or just very close to the fire. But who knows? Maybe it's just a legend.
Well, they say we're legends too, and we're standing right in front of you. Am I right?
What can I say then? This whole city is full of legends.
Не поспоришь.
This
А ну-ка.
Albert, he had to paint a picture of Natasha at his brother's request.
Let me guess. He fell in love with her.
Yeah, classic, huh? Then he killed his brother and took his place.
Yeah, well, that's a classic too. So, you're telling me who goes by Ibn Wessler is not really Ibn Wessler?
Exactly. He's Albert, a dangerous lunatic with multiple personality disorder.
Ha ha, lads! I guess that Miss Marble's going to write another one of those novels about this.
You mean Meredith? Oh, that's just what we need.
Once you sold your soul, it's too late to cry about it, sonny boy.
That's what I keep telling him.
Do you know Dr. Quetzal?
You mean Professor Quetzalcoatl?
Вот прочитай
You
имя
laugh at this,
профессора.
but we went to
Попробуй.
university together.
Так уж и быть. Задержу. Ну, кратко его зовут Квецл.
Квецалкоатлус. Что же там сложного? Не сложнее, чем...
You did what?
Do I not look the type to you?
No, well, I didn't mean that. I just didn't know you went to university.
I studied psychology, sonny. Only I forgot to graduate. That's when my father died.
So that's why you know the animals so well.
No, I know them well because I have a newspaper stand and I talk to hundreds of animals each day. And I listen to the everyday problems of almost all of them. There's no better lesson in animal studies.
You surprise me every time, old beaver. And what do you know about him? Can he be...
You're afraid he screwed you? He looks like a terribly dishonest snake, but don't let your prejudices overshadow what your wattle tells you. Quetzal's one of the kindest-hearted and most honest animals I've ever known.
Показался спорным.
That's good to know, Uncle Mullen. Or rather, Professor Mullen.
Hey, 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 don't get cocky with me, little chickie.
Сейчас гляну. Доктор Сисос Квецалкоатль. Вот как.
What do you know about the Wessler Mansion, Uncle Mullen?
That if you're about to go there, bring a tank with you. Or two.
Dangerous, you mean?
Dangerous? It's a fortress, so it has. Giant walls, watchtowers, and of course, Wessler's hired thugs are waiting for you there.
Yeah, sounds great.
It's a beautiful place, I must admit.
That's something.
Good attitude, my lad. Keep it.
Ладно, с Молином поговорили, осталось последняя локация, и потом на сюжетную поедем.
So, we're...
No, I was just thinking we could take another...
okay, sure.
Don't even ask.
You're really becoming sentimental.
One more word and I swear I'm...
Yep, I'm gonna shut it.
Это апартаменты Наташи Коценко.
Well, they couldn't even manage to scrape it off.
Useless pincushions.
They're always half-assed, Sonny. You drive me crazy.
Leave them be. Your record is perfect. You've been on the force for 15 years, almost 10 of that with me.
That's why I deserve a medal.
Get out. Wind down. Resign. Become... let's see.
If you only knew how much I've thought about that. But I'm simply not good at anything else. Either I'm a gangster or a cop.
Also, to be a cop, Marty.
You don't want to go in there just like that.
I hope you're just messing with me, Marty.
Of course I'm messing with you. Let's get inside there and see how much the boys have messed up the place. You know, Sonny, when we entered
Deborah.
Yeah, her body. I called you every name in the book inside my head. I just had enough, you know?
What kept you with me? Was it just curiosity?
No. I just wanted to see your downfall, boss. I wanted to be there when you met your end, get humiliated or even shot.
Wow. Well, thanks for your honesty, Marty.
А так бы не узнали, если бы
But
сюда не
then
зашли.
everything changed on the ship.
On the ship? Why there?
I don't know. Being tied up with you, waiting for certain death. I know I lashed out at you, but in truth, I felt there was no place I'd rather be. It was my place on that fucking burning ship with you, even if we both died there. Know what I mean?
I think I do, Marty. I think I do.
So, I guess there's nowhere to go but forward, huh?
Nothing left to do but kill a rat. As the chicken police.
For the last time?
For the last clucking time, partner.
Swear?
I swear.
All right, let's hit the road. Human, huh? My partner
You're who?
I got a new partner when you left.
When Blood Boil fired me.
Sure, when you were fired. His name is Melvin, a little greenhorn of an otter.
And where exactly?
I have no idea. We worked together for one day, then I told everyone I wasn't gonna work with anyone but you.
Такая
But you
привязанность.
hated me.
Yeah, I was even a little afraid they'd call you back. But Blood Boil got it, so he let me work alone.
That feels strangely comforting.
Nice.
Yeah, it really... Natasha became even more mysterious.
You fell for her hard, huh?
It's nothing like that, Marty. I only met her one time. It just makes me crazy if I can't solve something.
Maybe you have to accept this one, Boss Bird. That woman's out of your league.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Ну, симпатичные апартаменты.
Any better?
Not really.
I'm curious about how they killed her. There were no injuries on her body as far as we...
Well, if all goes well...
Or not.
Or not. Wouldn't be the first...
Ладно.
The phone's dead.
Поехали. Больше ничего не остается, как ехать в апартаменты. Везде были. Поехали. Это финал.
The sun was shining, and all the ducks were in a row. I felt ready. The pieces of the grand puzzle were laid out on the table. I just needed to piece them all together. A revealing glance or a careless word, and I'd have the answer. I knew we were in the right place. I knew it was nearly over. Was Natasha really just a victim? Or did she know everything? Was she controlling the puppets from behind the curtain? Well, if you don't know where to go, go straight ahead. What could possibly go wrong? Here I am, Natasha. I hope you're waiting for me.
Furry gods. I knew he was rich, but Wow.
Half the city is in his hands, Marty, and half the Council of 12.
I think we'll catch a big fish today.
Don't count your chickens. I'm sure Wessler's expecting us, and Natasha too, I hope.
You hope?
If I'm right, she could be our only chance of survival.
Lovely prospects, huh?
I've had worse.
Really? Huh. One of
Wessler's ancestors were poor cobblers. More likely, this represents what he thinks of himself.
Красиво. И
I wonder
ярко.
how chivalry is compatible with organized crime.
Ibn was planning to leave the underworld.
When his twin brother tore out his tongue, poked out his eye, killed him, and took his place?
Yeah.
Oh, this place has its own greenhouse. What do you think's inside?
100% humidity and unbearable heat.
Ага. Это как у нас в чате прям. Да. 100% влажность и убийственная духота.
Not like that. Could they be growing rarities in there?
Or maybe some chicken-eating giant flower monsters.
What? Oh, you just made that up, right? Nah, I'm sure there's no such thing. Is this a mansion or a grand palace?
Сейчас, секунду. Я отходил, сейчас вернулся.
Or a small city.
Well, if it comes to hide and seek, old Wessler will have an advantage.
A serious advantage.
What the hell is it? Water tower? Turret? A frickin' lighthouse?
Вон, вместо гребаного кухонный используется.
I think it's a monument to an enormous ego, Marty.
Well, anyone who builds a tower this big must be trying to compensate for something.
Or he just has too much dough.
Это петухи говорят, что у них баба куры не клюют. Символично.
Quite the steed, isn't it?
Seems nowadays organized crime pays well in Clawville.
Are you surprised? The chicken police retired.
Well, they say the team's back together again.
Nah, that's impossible.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Hey, not so fast, chickens.
А вот как раз ребятки, рыси и баран.
Please excuse my partner. He didn't mean to be rude, it's just his terrible habits, as you may already know.
Арчибальд и Габриэль, да? Габриэль.
Look who's here.
What a surprise. Our biggest...
What do you think? Should we give them our autographs?
Ah, look what the cat dragged in.
Funny, I don't recognize them.
Well, maybe if they had some guns with them? Tommy guns?
Oh yeah, now I remember. The two suckers in the luxury van you shot to pieces. Twice.
Exactly.
What are you doing here, chickens? Would you like us to finish what we started?
We'd love to have fun with you boys, but we need to talk to your boss. And while we're at it, the lady of the house is also expecting us.
Дважды не смогли убить.
Is that so?
Один раз у них получилось.
Yeah, that's so horny.
In that case, I guess there's no reason for us to waste your precious time. Is that right, Gabriel?
Get the hell out of our sight while there are still feathers on your skin, chicken.
Easy, pal. We're not even here anymore. Until next time, boys. This must lead to Wessler and Natasha's suite.
Well, let's get the big guns out and kick the door down.
No need for that, Marty. We'll wait until they invite us in, like real gentlemen. Then maybe we'll need the guns. But I hope it won't come to that.
Сейчас гляну, кстати, игру как тут что-то написала. Сейчас посмотрим, что это такое. Спасибо. Ага. Вот сейчас смотрю и понимаю, что это такая странная, но стилизованная индюшка. И больше шутер, чем что-либо. Сейчас посмотрю, на какие платформы она выходила. Ну, первый раз. Да, она на ПК есть. Даже скажу, сколько стоит. Не, я помню, была черно-белая классная игра. Короткая, правда, это The Last Dance. Там у нее 2-3 миссии, но именно стилизация и сам шутан очень хорош.
Oh, my trigger finger's itching, Sonny. Someone's gotta pay.
Не, на ПК есть.
Relax, Marty. Someone is gonna pay. Tonight.
Ну сейчас скажу, сколько на ПК. Ой, на ПК она вообще дешевая. Тебя удивить? 66 рублей. Это еще и со скидкой. Ну... Да, это такой динамичный шутанчик. А, тут еще и шутер и платформер. Ага. Я уже просто обзоры посмотрел. Ну, можно будет как-нибудь попробовать. Не, у меня сейчас это... Я запускать не буду. Я допрохожу Chicken Police. Потом мы вернемся к хлебобулочным изделиям, к рогаликам. А потом будет другая игра. Совсем другой жанр. Пытаюсь разнообразить жанрами.
Yeah, just don't let it be
На
us.
самом деле Chicken Police очень даже такой классный. О, тут хоть цвета есть.
It's like the vegetation's trying to suffocate these beautiful walls.
Maybe it will. Maybe in 100 years nothing will be.
That's quite a dark thought.
Yeah, it is.
Ну чё, осталось поговорить с Оливией.
Huh. I wasn't expecting to see Olivia here.
She's real close to Wessler. But how
Much more than me, I guess.
that wouldn't be hard.
Ah, what a pleasant surprise. Hello, Olivia. Sweetie.
Get lost.
Какая она добрая.
what did you
Это
say,
ворон,
ma'am?
кстати.
Turn around and get the hell out of here now, if you want to make it out with feathers intact.
Come on, Olivia. Don't worry about us. We know what we're doing.
Martin,
Huh?
don't you get it? You have to get out of here or you'll be in danger, and also her.
Да, в Стиме она есть.
Do you mean Natasha? Please calm down.
Как и это.
We have to talk to Mr. Wessler and Miss Katsenko.
You really don't understand, do you?
А вот и Наташа.
What do they not understand, Olivia?
Все-таки она была что-то в курсе.
So, what is it exactly that our guests don't understand?
I was trying to tell the detectives that Mr. Wessler's very tired and doesn't welcome guests this early. He gets rather irate if he's being disturbed at this hour.
Спасибо.
I'm sure Mr. Featherland and Mr. McChicken can wait here while Ibn refreshes himself. I'll entertain them until then.
Thank you, Miss Katsenko.
Please, Sonny. I thought we've already discussed this. Call me Natasha.
Наташа сильно поменялась.
Please, Natasha, can we talk to you in private?
Martin?
It's all right, Olivia. These gentlemen are my friends.
Но у нее прям акцент такой интересный.
Yes, Miss Katsenko.
The truth is, Ibn isn't really in a good shape today, gentlemen. He's rather furious. Are you sure this can't wait?
You commissioned us, Natasha, and we barely escaped with our combs intact.
So you know who left the threats?
Oh, we know much more than that, Natasha. We even know where you used to work. We talked.
Wild gods.
Why didn't you tell us?
Do you think it's easy for a woman to talk about such things, that she used to be an escort?
Along with Molly?
So you know.
Yeah, I know, Natasha. I also know all of this was a trap.
Believe me, I tried to handle things the least painfully I could. You weren't even supposed to know.
A lot shouldn't have happened. Poor Deborah shouldn't have had to die.
Dear sweet Deborah.
Cold, stiff Deborah.
Please don't say that.
A price worth paying?
You cannot think I had anything to do with that. You just cannot.
I don't know, Natasha.
Please, Sonny, tell me, what is going on?
You have to know, right?
Please.
Excuse me for making you wait, detectives. I'm having a rough morning after a long night.
А вот и Веслер, собственной персоной.
Is that so? Our night was also kind of long.
Немного отличается.
To put it mildly.
I was just telling the gentleman that you were exhausted, my dear, and they should come back another time. I'll escort them out.
Oh, honey, no need for that. My door's always open to the legendary chicken police. Please, come on in, guys. Let's talk in my room.
Then this way, please.
You just stay here, my darling. I'm sure our conversation will bore you to death. Please, go and refresh yourself, or tell Olivia to go make...
Yes, dear. Whatever you like.
А раньше было наоборот. Наташа помыкала Ибаном.
Please, follow me, gents.
Lead on, Wessler. So long, sweetheart.
Goodbye.
Тут все персонажи есть, с кем я виделся, с кем я общался. Все места. Ну и газетные статейки. Так, а с ней больше не поговорить.
I tried to warn you.
Thanks, Olivia.
Пойдем.
This estate is rather impressive, Mr. Wessler.
Well, thank you.
I suppose it took years and years of cumbersome work to build it.
Yeah. As you say, Mr. Featherland, I'm rather proud of it.
Голос-то какой.
You should be. Whoever built this place has a reason to be proud of himself.
Are you trying to say something, sir?
No, just thinking aloud. Do you keep a revolver in your bedroom?
Yeah, a bad habit. One who has a lot to lose has a lot to fear.
А звучит он еще как Бакс Банни чуть-чуть.
I agree.
Слегка.
Yeah, would you like a drink? This is a rather rare brandy. It lifts the spirits, if I may be so,
Really? Tempting, but I need to keep a clear head, Mr. Wessler.
Yeah, I've heard you don't despise a good vintage.
And I've heard you don't despise murder, Wessler. By the way, you've heard right. But everything has its place and time. Drinks, guns, dead bodies, and the truth.
Yeah, I see you're in a poetic mood as well.
More like prophetic.
And that's not a good sign.
Yeah. Are you trying to intimidate me?
No, that's not how we do business. We're gentlemen.
I really hope so.
Impressive bed. Looks cozy.
Sure is better than a cell.
That's right, Marty.
I'm not sure I understand, gentlemen.
We'll see about that.
So, what do you want to know? I've heard you've been through a rather eventful few days.
Oh, you have rather good informants.
Yeah, that's true. I should tell you, I see and hear everything that happens in the city. And you are exceptionally resilient. No offense.
None taken. But tell me, are we gonna flatter each other for a long time, or are we finally done with the
Сейчас будет самая важная сторона геймплея.
Straight to the point. I like it. Yeah, so let's continue like that, shall we? What do you want? How dare you intrude upon me in my own house?
Oh, forgive us. Our moral compass has been confused a little bit after someone tried to kill us several times in the last 48 hours. With fire, with machine guns. I could go on.
And while we're at it, you could answer some of our questions. If you've nothing to hide, you have nothing to fear.
And then we'll just leave you alone.
All right. I'll go along with your childish little game. I would have had a long and tedious day ahead of me anyway. So...
With pleasure, Mr. Wessler. I have no idea what she sees in you, but Natasha's been seriously worried about you.
Сейчас посмотрим, до чего доведет.
Yeah, she, really worries more than usual, but it's understandable. Those disgusting messages.
Disgusting, all right. Do you know why that word exactly? Why did they write that specific word everywhere?
Since you've been to the Nile, I guess you know the answer to your question.
Didn't it bother you, Wessler, what Natasha used to do? Surely it must have upset you.
Why? Did it upset you when you discovered your wife did the same thing?
Oh,
what did you just say?
What did you think, Chicken? That I didn't know? Yeah, don't make me laugh. I know about everyone who ever set foot in that place.
В Шерлока нет, кстати, еще не пробовал.
If you're interested.
Ни разу на компе не играл, я только про него смотрел.
You son of a bitch.
О,
Sonny, don't.
Зацепили его жену. Блять. Я осуждаю, но это да, это жестко.
I have no idea what she sees in you. Disgusting. Didn't it bother you, Wessler?
Why? did it up.
What did you just say?
What did you think, chicken? That I didn't know? Yeah, don't make me laugh. I know about everyone who ever set foot in that place. I can even tell you...
You son of a bitch.
Вот что.
Sonny, don't.
Ну, как-нибудь попробую, но позже. У меня пока из детективных... Что еще? Может, в нуар побегаю когда-нибудь. Все-таки попробую. Потому что я фанат игр Rockstar, но кроме последних.
Yes, detective?
Not yet.
You're right, Marty. It's not worth it.
You're funny, you know that?
About the painting.
Yeah. My brother Albert made it. He's a great talent, but, still, he's a rather troubled individual.
Such self-criticism.
What did you say?
My partner means that you and your brother are very much alike. Identical twins, if I'm not mistaken.
Indeed. But, what does that have to do with the painting?
We'll get to that. Don't worry, Mr. Wessler. So Albert made the painting at your request, is that right? And the one that's in Natasha's room in the Czar, too.
Yeah, exactly. Is that a crime?
Yeah.
No, it's not a crime in itself. This picture, it's rather strange, you know?
Why do you think so? It's just me, Natasha, and my brother.
The photo doesn't tell much in itself, yes. But if you already have the right information, suddenly it starts to talk.
Really?
He fell in love with her, didn't he?
Who'd you mean?
Albert, of course. He fell in love with Natasha. All those sessions while he was painting the pictures. Were you there every time?
Вот интересно, кто это, Ибн или Альберт?
You mean, me?
You.
No, I mean, while Albert was painting, yeah, but I wasn't there all the time. Albert was there, all along.
And do you think he could have fallen in love with Natasha? That's why he escaped? What do you think happened to him? Who tore out his tongue?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Ну да, ты ничего не в курсе, крысюк.
Did Natasha know about what happened to your brother?
No, of course not.
Do you love beautiful things, Wessler?
Why do you ask that?
You were afraid of losing her, weren't you?
А, еще этот. Есть один детектив, который я проходил, но не на стримах, это этот был. Murdered Soul Suspect. Тоже советую, неплохая игрушка, но странная. И там быстро твист спаливается, единственная проблема. Компания сделала только одну эту игру и потом прекратила свое существование, к сожалению.
Stop. Enough. If you want to ask something, ask clearly. Don't play with me. You understand?
We're just doing our job.
Then do it clearly and quickly. Yeah, I'm really starting to lose my patience.
Yeah.
This paint...
It's beautiful and rather provocative. Almost makes my comb stand up.
I'm not surprised.
But the corner is missing.
You're right, Sonny. You're quite the observer.
Well, yeah, this painting's unfortunately damaged. I don't know where the missing piece could be.
You don't know? Well, if you're interested, we know exactly where it is.
Really?
Really. It's here with us.
An insignificant little piece, isn't it? But there's an exciting cat scratch on it.
Ну, напишу, конечно. Такая неплохая, вряд ли она на свече есть, но на ПК она точно есть.
More like a rat scratch, because it's a monogram.
A.W.
That's...
Albert Wessler. He's a great painter. I don't know if you've heard of him.
Enough. Out with it already. What are you trying to say? I have no time for your childish charades.
Easy, Wessler. We'll get to that in a bit.
А у нас как раз был кусок картины.
We visited Albert's cell and found something he seems to have forgotten to take with him in his great hurry.
That's a big mistake.
A classic, even.
What the hell are you babbling about?
Как он уже бесится, его уже не хватает, бедного Уэслера. Ибн это или Альберт, без разницы.
This is Albert Wessler's love letter to Natasha.
More like a confession.
In which he tells her he's capable of doing anything for her, even the most horrible things.
Даже убить своего брата. Нет, сначала вырвать язык, выковать глаза, убить и спрятать его в самом гниющем квартале. Шикарно вообще.
Yeah, this letter doesn't prove anything at all. Albert is mad, insane. He's not a
Кстати,
normal. No one would believe
Калипсо,
his
как
words.
качество
Don't you
звука?
understand?
Вот именно меня как слышно.
But they believe yours, right? Because you're not Albert Wessler. You're Hobart Ibn Wessler, aren't you? How good it feels to be in his skin.
How dare you?
Just tell him, Sonny. I'm getting tired of this.
You're just a cheap fake, Albert. You couldn't follow in your brother's footsteps even if you wanted to. No matter how hard you tried, you couldn't get Natasha either.
What? What did you just say?
She hates you, doesn't she? She doesn't know. She doesn't understand why. But she hates you. It's instinctive.
Yeah, what do you know? What could you possibly know about suffering and
Спалился, что
loneliness
это
and that
Альберт.
darkness? What could you know about hate, huh?
Ну чё, время допроса. Будешь подсказывать, что за вариант? Ах ты.
Albert is an imposter. He's not who he
Что
says he
вытащил?
is, and might not even know who he really is. I have to concentrate on this first, to soften him up, and to avoid us being shot in the gizzard, of course.
Альберт Тадеуш Уэслер.
What were you thinking, Albert? How long did you think you could keep it up?
Тут надо следить за детективометром. Если он сильно далеко вперед ушел, это хорошо. Если он на нуле, все плохо.
Until the end of my life, if needs. Yeah, I cared about nothing except for her to love me. Not for who Ibn was, but for who I am.
Две мышки влюбились в кошечку.
Why did you think that would happen? Everybody noticed the change.
Yeah, I knew it would be hard, Santino. But I also knew animals see what they want to see. I didn't have to behave like Ibn. They only had to believe I'm him.
Я думаю, второе спросить. Вместо первого. Ну, хотя хрен его знает. Мы еще можем конкретно подставиться. Если он взбесится, он выстрелит.
You wanted to wrap everyone around your dirty little fingers, didn't you?
I couldn't involve anyone. You have to understand. No one besides myself, of course.
So, you included yourself in the plan, and did you agree with you?
Do you think it's funny, Santino? The position I'm in? Do you think I did it for power?
You wanted to rule over something, didn't you? Especially over Natasha.
I wanted to rule my fate. My actions, my will, myself. And yeah, and over everyone else who ever did me wrong, or who I once loved.
Such selflessness.
Selflessness? Yeah, don't make fun of yourself, Sonny. Selflessness is the refuge of the weak and cowardly. Yeah, tell me, did you act out of selflessness when you decided to involve your partner in all this?
No, Mr. Wessler, but it's not about me.
You see? You two are just hypocrites, pathetic statues. But under your stone skids, yeah, you're nothing but rotting corpses.
Have you ever thought that maybe you should have become a psychologist?
Yeah, you won't be laughing for long, Santino. I guarantee it.
Мы только все испортили. Давай
Why
узнаем.
did you have to mutilate Ibn? Why didn't you just kill him immediately?
That's an interesting question, you see, but the answer is exceptionally simple. No matter how strange it is for you to understand, I loved my brother.
Weird way of showing your love, Albert.
Да, не говори.
You can't understand that. He was my everything, the only one who was close to me. Until I met Natasha.
She took your brother's place pretty quickly, didn't she? There's not much room in your heart, as I see it.
Yeah, you're understanding the situation, detective, but you know, very well it's not that simple. Ibn was my brother. I loved him despite all of his flaws and foul, petty lies. And that's why I couldn't kill him.
Not immediately, you mean?
Unfortunately, tearing out his tongue wasn't enough. Yeah, I must admit I've underestimated him.
And poking out his eye?
Oh, that was just an accident, Mr. Featherland.
Just an accident? You're a dirty, clucking son of a vermin, Albert.
Please, don't be vulgar, Sonny. It's too dangerous in your current situation and doesn't even suit you.
Блин, я только все хуже.
So you feel you're two people at the same time, even now?
Does it sound crazy? Maybe it is. But Ibn lives inside me. Sometimes he's even stronger than Albert ever was.
Do you think you can avoid the gas chamber with this, Albert?
I don't have to avoid anything, Sonny. You and your friend, will never leave this place. It's better if you start getting used to the thought.
You're not the cold-blooded killer you'd like to think you are.
Yeah, do you think so? Try me, detective.
That was your plan. Take his place and live happily ever after.
Возможно. Может и да, может и нет.
Isn't it good enough of a plan, Mr. Featherland? It was perfect, even in its imperfection.
Сейчас пишут по работе.
Which is?
Ibn's ghost.
Is what?
Please don't take it literally, Mr. Chicken. I'm not talking about spirits. When Ibn died, I didn't just take his place, but also his role. He himself, his essence, if you will. Yeah, though I guess that's too much for you to understand.
So you mean Ibn's here with us even now?
He was here all along. Don't you get it? I am Hobart Ibn Wessler.
Запутать.
I must get serious, because looking at the gun in Wessler's trembling hand, I'm afraid I don't have much time. Albert is a cruel psychopath, but maybe I can turn that cruelty against him. When was the moment you decided to kill him, Albert?
When I drew the last stroke on that fatal painting, Mr. Featherland. When I glanced at it for the last time, and then at Natasha, who was shivering under the weight of my gaze.
You simply fell in love with her? End of story?
Not in the slightest, Mr. Featherland. Love is, just chemistry. What I felt was more than that.
Да не, подожди, может я выровняюсь. Сейчас все нормально будет. Он просто нервничает, он уже на грани.
Everybody thinks that, Albert, but we all feel the same.
No, Mr. Featherland. Not at all. At that moment, I knew what I was gonna do. I knew that the world was coming to an end if I didn't do it. It implodes on itself and ceases to exist. I couldn't let that happen. I couldn't.
Let him have her, right? You simply wanted her for yourself.
I wanted her for ourselves, Sonny. I was him by then. He just didn't know it yet.
Ля, какой он забрал личность своего брата. Мерзкий. Да, могут. Поэтому думаю, прямые вопросы или что-то
What did
криво.
you do that made Ibn get you locked up?
That's a sharp turn, detective.
It just came to me, you know? Where did it all start? Where did all the hate and jealousy come from?
Jealousy? What are you talking about?
Oh, come on, Albert. Alone, locked up at the end of the world, while your brother is one of the most influential figures of Clawville, driving an expensive car, living in a mansion, with the city's most desirable woman in his bed. Why wouldn't you be jealous?
Yeah, Albert was jealous of Ibn. Maybe he still is. But I understand why he did it. Albert was beyond control and dangerous.
What does that mean exactly?
Albert did our mother wrong. Poor old Mom. She never heard her fly. But Albert couldn't take that she was praising his brother all the time while Albert was just an unsuccessful, foolish, poor painter.
Ну, сказать, что он плохой художник, тоже нельзя. Ну, я тебе так скажу, тут уже было 4 или 5 допросов, и где как. Где-то ты вообще не понимаешь, как за что зацепиться. Вот с Наташей было такое. Тут у каждого своя тактика.
What did you do to her, Albert?
Albert killed her. It looked like an accident, but Ibn knew it wasn't. That was the last straw. Albert had to be locked up, and he agreed. He never said no to his brother.
А, Альберт вообще безумный парень, я смотрю.
But he never forgot who did this to him either.
Ibn was really good to him. Visited him every week. Did everything he could. Even introduced Natasha in the end.
And that was his downfall.
Both of them, Sonny. And yours, too.
Did you hate Ibn or yourself more, Albert?
Скоро может
Albert hated
пристрелить.
himself the most ever since he was born. He idolized Ibn. But every time his brother stood before him, he saw what he could have been himself if he had enough strength. But he didn't. Albert had always been a coward, a pitiful nobody.
And now...
О, боже. Он совсем шизанулся, объединил личности.
Can it be that the fear is making you say these things, Albert?
Stop calling me that.
I have to call you something. What should I call you? What name?
I don't know anymore. I don't.
I'm very close to breaking him. But if I'm too hard on him, I could quickly be signing my death warrant. It's time to dig a little bit deeper and uncover.
Ну вот, Соня
Wesley's
сам подсказывает,
wounds.
что делать. Нормально, мы еще держимся. Вот давай, посоветуй, какой вопрос задать. Первый или второй? Напиши цифры. Что я бы бахнул первый. Спровоцировал бы его дальше. Но не знаю, канает это или нет. Второй? Ну давай попробуем.
Natasha was kind to you, right? Too kind.
Natasha was simply amazing.
О, все, поплыл. Поплыл,
lively,
крысеныш.
but still so distant.
You're telling me.
It's like she was from another world. A world where everything's full of charm and grace and everything's fragile and delicate. Do you understand?
I think I do, yes.
I knew Albert's touch would harm her. Albert is rough. Albert can't keep such a delicate thing in his arms.
That's why you had to become Ibn, am I right?
I didn't take Ibn's place, Mr. Featherland. I became one with him, can't you see? It's the only way I could comprehend and accept the miracle that was Natasha.
Was?
I think I've corrupted her. She's not that gentle and pure creature I painted on the canvas anymore. I ruined her. She became rotten under my hands.
Ну, тут единственный вариант.
Maybe it's not too late, Albert. Tell her the
Нет, тут
truth
надо именно
and end
держать
this.
эмоциональные качели, тогда интереснее происходит.
No. You can't understand this. She can't either. I killed Ibn, but he also killed me, can't you see? We're nothing without each other.
You can't be two people at the same time, Albert. Nobody can bear the weight of the sins of two souls.
Ibn loved her. I admired her. Ibn was crazy about her. I've been crazy for a long time. Ibn idolized her, and I hated her. And if there's anything more blind, more devoted, more extreme, and more true than love, it could only be hate, Mr. Featherland. It's an endlessly exciting, thrilling, and warm feeling. And infinitely red. Just like love.
You know you're not going to be able to go through with it, right? That you won't be able to carry the weight. But you still did it. Why?
Yeah, if I didn't kill him and become one with him, Albert would have died, Mr. Featherland.
And the threats? Which one of you was that? Albert or Ibn? Who wrote them? And which one of you killed Deborah?
In my world, Ibn and I are inseparable. Just like love and hate are one and the same. And I hate Natasha so much that I could destroy myself along with her, just so she would die with me. Are you familiar with this feeling, Mr. Featherland?
More than life itself.
You see? We're not so different after all.
You and I have nothing in common, Wessler. You know why?
Why, Mr. Featherland?
Because if I were in your shoes, I would have pulled the trigger a long time ago.
А он хорош.
Goodbye, Sonny.
So long, Albert.
Ну, Можем еще раз попытаться. Но я обычно 60 точность даю. 60, иногда 90 падает. Только теперь я не буду надеяться на свою чуйку, я посмотрю, какая чуйка у тебя. Что думаешь? О, Витюня, привет! А мы уже на концовке. Витюня. Ставьте лайки, кстати. Ребят, мало лайков, мало подписок. Потому что чем больше будет подписчиков, тем интереснее и интерактивнее будут игры. Здесь я не озвучиваю, понятно почему. Тут слишком шикарные голоса у них. Ну тут понятно, тут первый вариант. Короче, Витюнь, тут все настолько запутано. Ну, ничего удивительного. А я тут думал, где ты? Я тебя ждал, чтобы это сюжет рассказать, что было в прошлых сериях. Но в итоге рассказал Дашке. Мы уже побывали в психушке. Узнали, что у Ибана Уэслера был брат-близнец Альберт. Вот. И то, что он психопат, который помешался на Наташе. Если кратко.
What were you thinking, Albert? How long did you think you could keep it up?
Until the end of my life, if needs. Yeah, I cared about nothing except for her to love me. Not for who Ibn was, but for who I am.
Why did you think that would happen? Everybody noticed the change.
Yeah, I knew it would be hard, Santino. But I also knew animals see what they want to see. I didn't have to behave like Ibn. They only had to believe I'm him.
Ну, поехали. Голосуйте, ребят, какой вариант. Не, Витюнь, к тебе никто не заходили. А вот к Альберту в комнату, да. И мы еще познакомились с директором психбольницы. Дашке он понравился, а мне показался мерзким парнем. Второй. Витя. От Вити тоже голос зависит. Если будет ничья, то придется решать мне. Потому что он на нас уже держит ствол. Мы, если неправильно будем вести диалог, он может выстрелить. Серьезно. Второй. Без проблем.
Why did you decide to take your brother's place?
Yeah, as you're curious. From the moment I laid eyes on Natasha for the first time. But I had to convince myself that this was the only way.
You've never talked about your feelings for Natasha with your brother. Am I right?
Are you insane? Yeah, Ibn would have had me killed immediately. And no one would ever know.
So instead, you've done the same thing, haven't you? What a comfortable excuse.
Comfortable? Do you think all of this was just some kind of cruel game for me? I had to destroy the person I loved and respected the most.
Какую биту? У меня тут биты нет, к сожалению.
You know, there's only a thin, fragile membrane between love and hate. If anything touches it, it tears immediately. You felt like this before, haven't you? Yeah, I can see it in your eyes.
Кстати, первый раз за игру петух квокал, агрессировал. Дашка слышала, это был Орна. Кстати, Витюнь, как звук? Лучше стал или хуже? Мне интересно.
Yeah, evasive answer. So I'm right.
Так. Давайте, ребят. Голосуем. А я пока отвечу на рабочий WhatsApp. То есть стрим сейчас более четкий стал, хочешь сказать. Но видишь, я позднее начал. Так, есть первый вариант ответа. Звук стал лучше, я себе микрофон купил. Решил себя чуть порадовать на Новый год и буду потихоньку улучшать контент. Поэтому сегодня с вами FIFA. Так, Витёнь, тебя ждем. Какой вариант? Или доверимся Даше? Ну, давай 2. Без проблем.
Did you ever believe that you were Ibn Wessler?
Did I ever believe? I still do. I believed it all along. Don't you get it? I am Ibn Wessler.
And also Albert Wessler.
I see you're starting to understand.
Так, неплохо. Тут, скорее всего, третий, наверное. Самый логичный вариант продолжения. Но хрен его знает. Я и первый, кстати, у него спрашивал. Как-то ствол держит странно, вам не кажется, ребят? Второй, да? Витёнь. Так, ребят, второй или третий? Давайте. Я потому что могу и третий бахнуть. До сотки ты не доведешь. Это Ибн Веслер, он противный. О, ребят, спасибо за лайки. Дальше будет интересней. Это пока все разгоночные. Двойка.
Does it make you happy to control others, Albert?
I was never the type. Not until I become one with my brother. He was different. He lived for this. He wanted to rule everything he set his gaze upon.
Haven't you done the same with Natasha?
I did, detective. Exactly the same. And that's when I started to become one with my brother.
Do you mean before brutally mutilating and killing him?
Yeah. Long before that, detective.
А, это было ошибочно. Минус 10. Очков Гриффиндору. Поехали дальше. А мы заново начали. Ну, 40% точности. Грустно. Грустно получилось в прошлый раз, поэтому в этот сейчас постараемся получше. Но пока он не трясется, кстати, с пушкой. Че, ребят, первый вариант гол или второй? Какая ж опасная может быть любовь? Второй, да?
What made you think you could deceive Natasha?
Because Natasha loved Ibn, in her own unique way. Yeah, and if there's anything that can blind an animal, it's love and hate. Only two things have color.
Опа, мы вернулись.
Love and hate.
I see you understand now, Sonny. Yeah, we're not that different, you and I.
Albert, you're everything I'm not, and I'm everything you're not, believe me.
Yeah, if that makes it easier for you, detective.
О, плюс 10 очков. Ну,
That was your plan. Take his place and live happily ever after.
Why? Isn't it good enough of a plan, Mr. Featherland? It was perfect, even in its imperfection.
Альберт — это брат-близнец Ибана. Это тоже мужик. Это мужик.
Which is?
Мужик.
Iban's ghost.
His what?
Please don't take it literally, Mr. Chicken. I'm not talking about spirits. When Ibn died, I didn't just take his place, but also his role. He himself, his essence, if you will.
У него просто...
Though I guess that's too much for you to understand.
У него получается раздвоение личности. Он себя считал двумя личностями. И Ибаном, и Альбертом. И если бы он бы сейчас не рискнул и не убил бы Ибана... Ну да, кэшбэк. Если бы он бы сейчас не убил бы Ибана, то он бы сам бы себя бы, наверное, прибил.
So you mean Ibn's here with us even now?
Вот к чему это все клонится. То есть он настолько шизанутый. Его несколько раз выпускали из больницы, так как они из благородного, как сказать, из благородного рода. И Альберту позволяли выпускаться из психологической больницы, чтобы он рисовал Наташу. И вот во время рисования Наташи он как раз в нее и втрескался, видимо.
He was here all along. Don't you get it? I am Hobart Ibn Wessler.
I must get serious, because looking at the gun in Wessler's trembling hand, I'm afraid I don't have much time. Albert is a cruel psychopath, but maybe I can turn that cruelty against him.
О, плюс 20.
When was the moment
Да
you
Наташа
decided
вообще
to kill him,
лютая.
Albert?
Ты представь, попала к одному Вестлеру, а потом, короче, ее второй увидел. И они оба втрескались. Стала виной треугольника. Но так, кстати, непонятно, кто писал надписи, кто убил Дебору. Нормально, понятно, ну, понятного ответа нет.
When I drew the last stroke on that fatal painting, Mr. Featherland, when I glanced at it for the last time, and then at Natasha, who was shivering under the weight of my gaze.
You simply fell in love with her? End of story?
Not in the slightest, Mr. Featherland. Love is, just chemistry. What I felt was more than that.
Everybody thinks that, Albert, but we all feel the same. We're just fools.
No, Mr. Featherland, not at all. At that moment, I knew what I was gonna do. I knew that the world was coming to an end if I didn't do it. It implodes on itself and ceases to exist. I couldn't let that happen. I couldn't.
Какой психопат.
Let him have her, right? You simply wanted her for yourself.
I wanted her for ourselves, Sonny. I was him by then. He just didn't know it yet.
Ну, поехали. Давайте, детективы, напрягайтесь. Но мы его сейчас даже если забайтим, он нас не стрельнет. Не должен. Тем более у нас точность хорошая, учитывая, что детективомер в плюс уходит. Так что, ребят, думайте. Я потому что свою попытку уже сделал. Витя, кстати, лично к тебе вопрос, так как ты смотрел первые две части и знаешь большинство персонажей. Какой из персонажей тебе больше всего зашел и почему? Лично для меня мне зашел моряк, который морская свинка. Он просто забавный. И миссис Займос. Она прям такая таинственная и интересная. Жду ваших ответов. Я чуть-чуть сейчас отойду. Пару минут, ребят, сейчас подойду. Так. Прошу прощения, что так долго отвлекся. Дела. Тебе Марти, да, понравился? Но мне кажется, Сони более дольше жил, и учитывая, что в него стреляли. Ну ладно, выбираем первый вариант.
What did you do that made Ibn get you locked up?
That's a sharp turn, detective.
А по-моему, я так делал.
It just came to me, you know? Where did it all start? Where did all the hate and jealousy come from?
Jealousy? What are you talking about?
Oh, come on, Albert. Alone, locked up at the end of the world, while your brother is one of the most influential figures of Clawville, driving an expensive car, living in a mansion, with the city's most desirable woman in his bed. Why wouldn't you be jealous?
Yeah, Albert was jealous of Ibn. Maybe he still is. But I understand why he did it. Albert was beyond control. And
what does that mean exactly?
Albert did our mother wrong. Poor old Mom. She never hurt a fly. But Albert couldn't take that she was praising his brother all the time while Albert was just an unsuccessful, foolish, poor painter.
What did you do to her, Albert?
Albert killed her. It looked like an accident, but Ibn knew it wasn't. That was the last straw. Albert had to be locked up, and he agreed. He never said no to his brother.
But he never forgot who did this to him either, did he?
Ibn was very good to him. Visited him every week. Did everything he could. Even introduced Natasha in the end.
Короче, Ибн сам виноват в том, что замутили.
And that was his downfall.
Both of them, Sonny. And yours, too.
Так, ребят, следующий вопрос. Ну, у него прям хорошо трусится ствол. Он же может и промазать. Он же не убийца. Гол первый.
Did you hate Ibn or yourself more, Albert?
Albert hated himself the most ever since he was born. He idolized Ibn. But every time his brother stood before him, he saw what he could have been himself if he had enough strength. But he didn't. Albert had always been a coward, a pitiful nobody.
Альберт был в натуре крысой, в отличие от Ибна.
And now?
Finally, there's no more Albert. And no more Ibn either. It's only me, and for both of them, I'm perfect.
Can it be that the fear is making you say these things, Albert?
Stop calling me that.
I have to call you something. What should I call you? What name should I use?
I don't know anymore. I don't.
I'm very close to breaking him. But if I'm too hard on him, I could quickly be signing my death warrant. It's time to dig a little bit deeper and uncover Wessler's wounds.
-5, ребят. Ну мы прям ровно держимся. Ни далеко, ни близко. Думаете, надавить на Наташу? Или все-таки первый попробовать, чисто для разнообразия? Ладно, мы ж хорошие детективы, давай второй.
Natasha was kind to you, right? Too kind.
Natasha was simply amazing, gentle, kind, lively, but still so distant.
Короче, это хикан, который хотел себе красивую тянку. Вот, если кратко. А его брат гигачат, короче, все зажал. Ну, это если так по-современному говорить.
You're telling me.
It's like she was from another world. A world where everything's full of charm and grace and everything's fragile and delicate. Do you understand?
I think I do, yes.
I know Albert's touch would harm her. Albert is rough. Albert can't keep such a delicate thing in his arms.
That's why you had to become Ibn, am I right?
I didn't take Ibn's place, Mr. Featherland. I became one with him, can't you see? This is the only way I could comprehend and accept the miracle that was Natasha.
Was?
I think I've corrupted her. She's not that gentle and pure creature I painted on the canvas anymore. I ruined her. She became rotten under my hands.
Maybe it's not too late, Albert.
Ну тут вариантов нет, так что просто продолжаем, ребят.
No. You can't understand this. She can't either. I killed Ibn, but he also killed me, can't you see? We're nothing without each other.
You can't be two people at the same time, Albert. Nobody can bear the weight of the sins of two souls.
Ibn loved her. I admired her. Ibn was crazy about her. I've been crazy for a long time. Ibn idolized her.
Я себе не
and I
приписываю.
hated her. And if there's anything more blind, more devoted, more extreme, and more true than love, it could only be hate, Mr. Featherland. It's an endlessly exciting, thrilling, and warm feeling. And infinitely red.
Просто...
Just like love.
Это скорее более по-зумерски. Я до того сказал.
You know you're not going to be able to go through with it, right? That you won't be able to carry the weight. But you still did it. Why?
Yeah, if I didn't kill him and become one with him, Albert would have died, Mr. Featherland.
And the threats? Which one of you was that? Albert or Ibn? Who wrote them? And which one of you killed Deborah?
In my world, Ibn and I are inseparable. Just like love and hate are one and the same. And I hate Natasha so much that I could destroy myself along with her, just so she would die with me. Are you familiar with this feeling, Mr. Featherland?
More than life itself.
You see? We're not so different after all.
You and I have nothing in common, Wessler. You know why?
Не, это просто Дашка намекает, что мы типа слишком старые для такого.
Why, Mr.
Для всего этого дерьма.
Because if I were in your shoes, I would have pulled the trigger a long time ago.
Goodbye, Sonny.
So long, Albert.
Ну чё, смотрим? На 20% ты мощнее. На 20% в этом допросе. Ладно, не будем заново. Давайте продолжим. Интересно, что дальше. Наташа его кокнула.
So, you heard everything.
I heard everything.
I'm sorry you had to find out like this.
And thank you. If it weren't for you...
Yes, both of you would be dead, I know. But believe me, I still thought carefully before firing.
About who to target?
You know, I truly loved Ibn.
But this man wasn't him. You felt it, didn't you?
Maybe I even knew it. I don't know. But I still can't believe it.
Короче, и Наташу тоже обманули.
It won't be easy to process for any of us.
I'm sorry I dragged you into this. And regarding Molly,
The cops. But how? How do they know?
I have no idea, Marty.
do not look at me. I did not call them.
Olivia?
Don't worry, Natasha. They won't lay a finger on you. I promise.
Please, Sonny. You don't need to worry about me.
I don't want to be rude, Sonny, but I'm more worried about us than her. Hello, boss.
О, а вот и шеф полиции, крайний справа, кроводер. А это Моника, главный мозг полицейского участка.
Hello, boys. Before you say anything, we can explain.
Да, не говорим.
No need for that, Santino. Monica already told me everything.
Monica?
Hey, boys. What were you thinking? That I would just let you get killed without saying goodbye?
Thanks, Mon. Should we say we owe you one?
You know already, boys. Shoes are my weakness.
Hey, mine too.
Of all that's furry, we don't want to hear that. And boys,
Yes, boss.
don't believe you'll get away with it so easily. I want a report on my desk from both of you with all the details. Am I clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. It'll all make sense, believe us. Right after I figure out myself what the hell just happened.
What Marty's trying to tell you is that we had good reason to investigate outside the law. But we're sorry.
Ну, им надо было как-то в крысу все делать. Расследовать.
What happened to you, Sonny? You're sorry? Did you hit your head?
Why does everybody keep asking that?
Why indeed?
А, странно, когда он весь город поднял.
So, can we go now, boss? Without getting handcuffed?
Don't give me ideas, Santino.
Thanks, boss.
Можем со всеми поговорить.
Hey, Olivia.
Marty?
I just wanted to thank you
For what exactly?
for trying to save us.
I didn't do it only for you, believe me. I loved my job while I had it. Now my employee is dead, so I don't...
I didn't even think of that.
Теперь у нее нет
Of course you
работы.
didn't.
Can I do anything to help?
I think I'll manage. I always do.
Боско.
You're a good boy, Bosco. Nice work.
You know, folks, somebody's gotta take care of the real police work while you're tearing up the city.
Там еще есть.
Sorry for the mess, Bosco, but you know us.
Yeah, unfortunately, I do.
How did you catch them? After the gunshot, I was sure these two would show up. They have a habit of doing that.
They were already in cuffs before then, Sonny. We had the house surrounded. If you could have hung on, maybe nobody would have died.
Hey, a second longer and it would have been us.
That's your story?
Cluck you sideways, Bosco.
Поговорим.
Gentlemen.
Gentlemen?
Ага, культурные. Ну, Габриэль нет, а вот Арчибальд, да.
We're honestly very sorry it had to end like this.
Yeah, this peacefully.
For myself, I'm glad, gentlemen. I would have sincerely regretted it if we had to shoot both of you, but unfortunately, that seemed to be the only solution to this rather nasty situation. Fortunately, it didn't turn out that way. Joyful.
Don't think we'll be behind bars for long, chickens. Whistler may be dead, but his empire still won't crumble.
Oh, look at that. He can talk.
In complex sentences, too.
Yeah, or something like that.
Подкалываю бедного рысятка. Ну тут, в принципе, все. Там только поговорить со всеми.
Look at all these plants. It's like nature.
Yeah. Amazing.
Strange how someone so rotten inside, like Wessler.
Все, поговорим.
What? Are you waiting for me to change my mind?
No, sir.
Then stop pecking around here.
Yes, sir.
Thanks again, Mon. If not for you, those fur heads would have put holes in us.
No wonder, since you put holes in their boss.
Well, actually, that wasn't us.
Then who was it?
Natasha.
Really? I wouldn't have thought it of her. It's a pleasant surprise.
It was for us
Ну,
too,
так вот.
believe me.
Чё, поговорим с Наташей, потом с журналюгой.
So, what now? Where to next?
I think I should mourn, right?
You should.
But I don't know what to feel anymore, Sonny.
I understand, Natasha. You know, if you need anything,
Yes, I know where to find you.
see you around, sweetheart.
Ma'am.
Goodbye, detectives.
Поговорим с
How the
Тимати.
hell did you find your way here, Tim?
Он всегда был
Always
нафиг
where
по
the
пятам.
trouble is.
Sometimes I think you're the criminal mastermind behind all the dark dealings in this city.
I wish.
I wish too, because then we could legally throw you in jail.
I love your sense of humor, Sonny.
I wasn't joking.
So, where did you get the scoop?
Are you kidding me? The whole city's talking about you. You've left quite the mess behind.
That I admit.
Well, it's a miracle that all of the city's smear sheet journalists aren't here already. Oh, while we're at it, will you give me an exclusive interview?
Он как
Fuck
обычно.
off, Tim.
Hey!
Так, куда дальше?
Santino, you...
No, sir. Never, sir.
Then get the fuck...
Куда дальше?
How did you know we were...
I always pay attention, Sonny. And because I know you like you are my own nestlings.
No, I love it when you say pretty little things like that.
Don't get used to it, Marty.
And what about you, Sonny?
I'll go home and sleep. Maybe for 3 days. I'll try to forget.
I'm sorry I dragged you into this. If there's anything I can do.
Да, помоги найти мою
I'm
жену.
not sorry, Natasha. It's better this way. We
Нет.
find out painful truths, but at least we see clearly now, don't we?
Yes, I think you're right.
Just one quote, guys. They say you've taken down the whole Wessler empire. They say...
I say you're full of shit, Tim, and you can quote me on that.
Что-то я забыл. О, с Филмором поговорить.
What about him? How the hell did he wind up here?
I don't know, but it's a...
You think someone hired him?
Could be.
Филмор — это частный детектив. Много чего знает.
You? What are you doing here?
I was just driving around. You know.
Trying to feed your grandpa? So? Was it a case? Were you, maybe investigating us?
What can I say, Sonny? Am I busted?
Did someone hire you to follow us?
I just had to keep an eye on you and not get involved. That's all. I admit there were a couple of crazy situations when it was hard not to.
But you managed somehow, right?
A professional's a professional, my friend.
Yeah, thanks. So you won't tell us who hired you, whatever we do?
Unfortunately, I can't, my friend. I made a promise.
You and your promises.
Some people still take them seriously.
You're a real piece of guano. You know that?
Of course.
I've learned everything from you, you old fart.
Must be some famous,
Not.
You know, I've always been fascinated by the...
Don't believe the tales they tell about the war, Marty. There's nothing.
And a lot of money.
That too.
Так, куда идти?
So, here they are,
Ah,
ladies
well.
and gentlemen. The Chicken Police. In the flesh.
Damn it, Tim. Drop it and cluck off.
Oh, no, boys. This time, you deserve it.
What the cluck did you say, boss?
Stand up straight and try to look like someone who's glad to be alive.
Ну, было бы интересно, да, концовку глянуть, когда кроводер бы их допрашивал. И надо уворачиваться от его вопроса.
Yes, sir. We'll try.
Ooh, attention, Chicken Police. Say cheese.
Ух. Это те, кто не вошел в эту игру, кого хотели добавить. Ну, мы прошли. Как вам общее впечатление? Да, это фильм. Но музыка шедевр, да. Красивые темы. Их хотя бы интересно смотреть. Чехи? А по-русски можно, пожалуйста? Люди с 11-го года делали. Скоро вторая часть выйдет. Я чисто решил освежить память, вспомнить, как это. Мы еще с вами попробуем другую игру от этих же разрабов, которую они выпустили, сейчас подкормить. Но чисто ее попробуем, проходить не будем. Ну, играть интересно, но иногда проседает геймплей. Особенно в начале было такое. В начале прям сильно проседал геймплей, но потом прям цепляло. А вторая часть, как я смотрел из трейлера, будет про жуков, улей и тот район, ну, гетовский район, где живут насекомые. Душ, воск, соник, куки. Это все питомцы, которых потребляли. Тим Шафер им помогал? А вот это интересно. Хаяо Миядзаки, наши мечты и кошмары. Много чем вдохновлялись.
Just wanted to talk.
Exactly.
You know very well.
What do you think, Natasha? Why didn't she tell me?
Because she loved you.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for you, she may have never left the place. Perhaps she'd still be there.
Ah, sheep shit.
We used to dream about falling in love with a nice man who comes and saves us someday. A knight in shining armor. You know, like in the fairy tales.
And how did that work out for you?
She fell in love with a good guy. I didn't. I envy her.
I'm not that good guy, Natasha. But if it's any consolation, she could have found him. Maybe she's living with him right now, somewhere on the other side of the world.
Well, goodbye, Sonny.
So long, sweetheart. Hey, Natasha, you have a light? I've been trying to smoke this sorry-ass cig all day.
О, сигарета,
It's
которая
driving me
была с
crazy.
утра.
Maybe you don't really need it.
Maybe you're right. Maybe.
А там ее номер, кстати. Номер Наташи. Можно позвонить в игре. Это была обычная концовка. Я сейчас с вами чуть-чуть поболтаю. На сегодня хватит. Потому что мне завтра на работу. Если вчера был быстрее, мы могли бы что-то другое попробовать. В общем, я скачаю еще одну игру. Там про кафе Зипа. Вот. Мы ее тоже глянем. Вот так быстро посмотрим. Часика 2-3, один стрим потрачу. И мы вернемся к нашим рогаликам. Как вам, в общем, впечатление, ребят? Ну, я прям чувствую, что не досказали, и что история как бы вроде бы и закончилась даже хорошо, но такое вот ощущение, что не все. А знаете, какая вторая концовка? Во второй концовке просто, пока ты лег спать, короче, мимо проходит твоя жена. Она заглядывает, такая в комнату, как ты спишь, и уходит. То есть, чтобы добиться этой концовки, на самом деле много чего надо. Надо собрать все журналы, поговорить со всеми, осмотреть все предметы, спросить все вопросы на допросах. Короче, там, ну серьезно, надо всю информацию в игре добыть. То есть ее на сотку пройти, чтобы открыть эту концовку. Поэтому мы пока просто прошли, но я не хочу ее задрачивать на сотку, это слишком плотно. Вот. Но игра шикарная, как бы советую попроходить, поиграть, может что. Так что, ребята, минут 5-10 пообщаемся. Да, надо тоже делами заниматься. Мне 2 дня работать. И потом 3 дня выходных. Буду, наверное, по чуть-чуть чаще стримы запущу. Посмотрим, как получится. Но я ее хотел перед Новым годом забрать. Как раз уже думал, что будет концовка. О. Но это было прям действительно хорошо. Кстати, сейчас посмотрю. Если где-то скажите мне, вторая игра студии, или они ее еще не выпустили? Ну, выпустили, она за $4. Сейчас посмотрю. Но это более выходной. Ну да, Zip кафе вышел. А, еще продают арты. Это рабочий час. О, мы ее за один стрим можем пройти, кстати. Но это очень даже хорошо. Сейчас, секунду. Я с нее музыку врублю. Ща, ребят. Это музыка со второй игры, которую они выпускают. Про кафешку. От того енота. Так что, наверное, будет как раз про нее игра. Ну, точнее, ее будем обозревать в следующем. Вот. А я думаю, недолго. Так, попробуем, побегаем. А если не устроит, то обратно вернемся к рогаликам. Но это будет... Вот сейчас ориентировочно скажу, не буду прям загадывать. Либо в четверг, либо в пятницу. Так что буду рад вас видеть. Всем спасибо за участие. Но если ты решишь свои проблемы, Витя, будет вообще шикарно. Я думаю, ты справишься. Ты сильный. Главное это, волшебного эликсира бахни. Будешь как Астерикс. Вот. В четверг, в пятницу будем кафешку мучить. Там тоже будет много сюжета, но и геймплея дофига. Ну, либо в четверг, либо в пятницу. Как обычно я. В 6, в 5 начинаю. Вот. А, тебе ж нельзя, я забыл. Ну тогда чифер делай, чтоб прям вообще бодрым быть. Вот, попробуем кафешку. И там уже будем дальше смотреть. Ну, ребят, спасибо за прохождение. Спасибо за игру. С вами было классно играть. А я, в принципе, ушел.